Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the all-new 2023 Mazda CX-50. This is the turbo with the Premium Plus package. It's finished off in ingot blue metallic, and we will go over the MSRP once we go over all the specs and features and get this all-new SUV out on the road. So let's start off with what powers this. Underneath the hood, this has the 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine that is paired to the 6-speed automatic transmission, and this pumps out 227 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the all-wheel drive system, propelling this 3,900 pound SUV from 0 to 60 in just over 6.5 seconds. It has a top speed of 125, and you're looking right around 23 miles per gallon in the city and 29 out on the highway for the MPG. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, let's start up front, where this has a pretty distinctive look to it, especially with the lower section of this grille. It's finished off in gloss black, but take a look at these indentions on both sides. We have almost a mini tunnel leading to the headlight housings there, where of course these are all LED. And then we have the Mazda logo along with the forward-facing camera. Plenty of cutouts in this grille too, but it's very distinctive going towards those sides there. Really nice lines coming down the hood. There's all the parking sensors, as well as plenty of cutouts. You will see the inlets on both sides right in the center, and the turn signals are actually mounted down below too. You can see them on both sides. Very interesting to see how low they are, but it gives it that even more distinctive front end look. Now, this is the top trim level for the CX-50. So it gets the 20-inch wheels with the two-tone design and that multi-spoke pattern. You will see that the plastic trim from the front section of the bumper makes its way to the fender arches, as well as the lower side skirt there. And then there's some really nice lines that run down the side. Hopefully you can see with the lighting, because they are very smooth, but there is one at the height of the front door handle, and it dips just underneath that rear one. Now, this has gloss black for the side mirrors. There's the integrated turn signal, camera system, full moonroof too. And then as we work our way to the rear, this has a body colored spoiler with the brake light, the wiper blade, LED taillights of course. There's the backup camera, all the sensors, power liftgate, and then the dual exhaust with some more of that brush trim that matches up front. This can also tow right around 3,500 pounds, which is pretty impressive to see for this. Now, the CX-50 is slightly larger than the CX-5, so it's a little bit different, very similar based off of that platform. Well, let's work our way to the interior now. I can hold this button on the key fob, and we can take a look at the amount of space that is located in the back. There's cubbies on both sides to give you that added storage. We even have a spare tire underneath with a little bit more hidden storage if you would like to use it. You can even fold down the back seats by pulling on both of these tabs. Now, I do have that driver's seat back a little bit, so that won't fold completely flat. But when you have everything adjusted properly, you have plenty of space for all the items that you want to place in here. Now, as you just saw, I did close and lock this vehicle, and from there I do have to grab the key fob in order to gain access to the back door handles. You cannot lock and unlock it with those door handles, but as you can tell, with this a little bit farther back than it should be, you can easily adjust that. Now, the door panel is pretty simple. We have some nice materials. This has the Bose audio, a little bit of storage, and then the rest of the controls there. And a really nice interior with the leather, with all the orange stitching, which is a nice touch. And then as far as legroom goes, I'm 5'10", have plenty of space for my feet and my legs. These are even heated seats, which is nice to see. There's air vents and some auxiliaries, even a storage pocket on that passenger side. We have the armrest and 2 cup holders. And then here's a look at visibility. It's pretty easy to see all around. Full moonroof, like I mentioned earlier. So definitely a good size for this. It's about 4 inches longer than the CX-5. All of that is in the wheelbase. You do get a little bit more interior space though. Front door panels finished off just like the rear. And then you have all the window adjustments. Side mirrors are power folding too, lock and unlock, and a little bit more storage just underneath that. Same design for these front seats. They are heated and ventilated. Power adjustments are on the side and this even has memory seating adjustments, which are located on the left side of the steering wheel. Now let's fire this up so we can go through the rest of the info for this model. Steering wheel is finished off in solid leather. We have volume and tuning on this left side, along with Bluetooth and voice commands. Right side is all the cruise, adaptive cruise control settings, even the lane keeping assist, which is nice tech to have. And this has paddle shifters located on the back side. Now for the gauge cluster setup, you'll see the tach on that left side, the fuel level as well as engine temperatures on the right, and right in the middle, currently you can see the miles per hour in full screen. Now if I use this info button on the left side, I can actually change that to look at some other information, and you will see that we can toggle through it just depending on what you would like to see. There's not a whole lot of info, so I'm going through this a few different times just to show you all of that info. It's nice to have front and center, and again, very simple, but it gives you what you need to look at. Now on this left side, with the memory seating adjustments, there's the rear liftgate release. There's also the blind spot, the engine start stop, traction control, and the parking sensors, and then the view button for this 360 camera system. Now currently you can see the backup camera with the top down view. We can swap to the forward facing camera, and then we have an angle with the side view mirrors. So you can push on that to toggle between those, which is nice. We have one air vent, the head-up display, which shows your miles per hour. And then for this infotainment system, it is not a touchscreen system, so you do have to use the controls located down below, where there's navigation, audio, home, and then we have a dial for volume and radio, as well as tuning too. So if I click on it, the shortcut for nav, you can see that pull up. Then we can go back to home, and we can use that to further go through your information. So you can see there's a few things here that you can set up as needed. You can get into your entertainment, which is some more audio. You have your phone, navigation, and then various settings. So you can go through all of these to configure this the way that you would like to. Now underneath that, you'll see more leather and stitching, and then we have all the climate adjustments laid out very well. Temperature dials are on both sides, fan speeds right in the middle. You have defrosters, where you'd like the air to go, the heated and ventilated seat controls, even the heated steering wheel. There's a little bit of storage in front of that, along with 2 cup holders. And then for the shifter, we put it into reverse. We will see that camera system up here, and then you can pop it into the manual setting, which allows you to use those paddle shifters if you need to. Now there are 3 different driving modes for this. You will see off-road along with sport and normal. And sport and off-road will modulate the throttle as well as the all-wheel drive system a little bit different than in your normal setting. This even has the e-brake along with the auto hold, and then a favorites button is located on that right side. Now right in the middle for the split armrest, you do have to open those individually, where you can see a little bit of storage and some auxiliaries. And this even has a wireless charging pad. You can view that in front of the armrest there. It overhangs slightly, but if you want a little bit better access, you can open up both of those. Glove box has an ample amount of space too. And then we have that moonroof, and we'll take a look at visibility. It's pretty easy to see in both directions. Also up top, we have that control for the sunroof and sunshade, dome lights, and then there's even a sunglass holder on the backside. And then from second gear, we give it a slight acceleration. Very peppy for this turbo engine. I think it has a good bit of response to it. Now I am in sport mode, so that is of course why it's a little bit more crisper. But for a 0-60 time in the mid 6-second range, it's not bad for an acceleration like that. It definitely has plenty of get up and go to it with over 300 pound-feet of torque. It's a peppy little vehicle, or smaller size SUV. But again, right around 40K, a little bit more for this model. I think it's a good option. We have a super comfortable vehicle. There's no suspension settings, but the suspension that it has been absorbing the roads that I've been on very nicely. And so this is definitely a good commuter vehicle. You're just getting from point A to point B. You don't need anything fancy, but you want a good looking vehicle. You want something that's going to be reliable and give you what you are looking for. And on a Plus, the MPG is pretty decent for a 4-cylinder. There's a couple interesting design elements on the interior as well. We have one air vent dead center on that passenger side. Now, obviously there's one tucked away over there, but it's interesting to see only one in that entire bar there, with the nav system a little bit farther back, inset in that dash there. It's an interesting design. It could be brought forward, in my opinion, maybe add a touch screen to that system as well, but very minor points, especially for the price point and everything else that is available. But I think that is going to wrap it up for this walk-around review and test drive behind the wheel of the all-new Mazda CX-50. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.